Hello people of the world, my name is Nur Liyana from Malaysia, competing for the 2017 EF Challenge. So really, what does it take to become a global citizen? Well, first of all, a global citizen is not just someone who simply travels the entire globe or has more than one passport or citizenship. Trust me when I say that some global citizens might have never even left their country, nor even their city. For me, a global citizen is easier said through three traits. First, a person who gives more than she receives, a person who cares more than what is expected of her, and lastly, a person who acts above any stigma or stereotype to fight for what he or she believes in. Let me tell you my personal story. Growing up in a fortunate family, I was always given the opportunity to receive. My education was never something I had to strive for. I learned and was fluent in English since a very young age, and I was given the gracious opportunity to study at one of the best government schools in my country. However, this isn't the same case for many other Malaysian students. Some who are forced to take up two roles, a student and a breadwinner. Some who have deviated from the correct path caused by childhood troubles. And some that have no proof of birth or citizenship that has delayed them from getting proper education. I have a friend who I met during camp in 2015. He was someone who was sponsored for the camp, and he was also someone who couldn't get his certificate of birth until the age of 13. He once told me that while the other kids went to primary school, he sat by the fences and watched. This was someone who had such little exposure to education, and the only English that he probably ever heard was from TV or some newspaper clippings. But as he was surrounded by an English-speaking community, he became fearless and tried to catch up on the language as fast as he could. There were some people at the camp who were from international or private schools who couldn't even speak a complete sentence of Bahasa, our national language. But he wouldn't turn down a conversation. He tried as hard as he could, and as much as he stumbled and stumbled on his words, he never fell back. As a person who thought that her life was complete, I never thought that I was in need of something. But he gave me just that. He gave me inspiration. In Malaysia, 44% of students do not meet minimum proficiency in reading, and all of them became my inspiration. A few years ago, my sister and I started teaching to the children of our neighborhood without expecting anything in return, and the reaction was far better than whatever we expected. The best thing about children is that they aren't really afraid of anything. That's why moms do most of the worrying. But because of this fearlessness, children have a much better chance at learning. So when my sister went to England to further studies in English literature, I gladly took over the post. And this year, I also have plans on teaching at orphanages for those who truly should learn to receive. People of the world, let me repeat this for you. To become a global citizen is simple. Give more than what you receive, care more than what is expected of you, and act above any stigma or stereotype to fight for what you believe in. Only then will you help yourself and, most importantly, your country. I mean, who knows that maybe your simple action will change the entire world towards the better. And that's what I think a true global citizen means.